Let's see if we can't do something about my boredom.
All right, look at that. Look at that fancy new high definition splash screen. It's the future, the future of Dark Souls here. Um, this is the first time I've played this. This is the PS4 version. I just wanted to try it out on that. I didn't feel like fucking around with the PC version. I'll probably get that eventually anyway because I've bought every version of this game because Miyazaki has a hypnotic power over me. But regardless, hold on, let's see what we can do. What are our options here? I'm not going to mess with the sound settings. Usually I turn the music down when I play Souls for my YouTube channel, my very popular, famous YouTube channel, and then edit in like my own boss music. But I'm not going to, this is just going to be a vanilla playthrough of the game. Subtitles, yes. I'll just see if those feel normal or not when I start playing. Brightness. Fuck it, I'm just going to max it. I hear the game is dark. Get it? It's a joke. Lock on, yeah, whatever. Nobody cares. Can I scroll over to the... Oh, you hit left and right up here to do that. Of course, that makes sense. Gesture menu is that. Look at this. We're learning the most about how to play a video game. I heard you can change jump in this version to click the left stick like you do in the other games. Oh wait, you have to scroll down. It's a secret. This is already the menu. I've completely forgotten how to play a game. You have to click on it, then do this. Can't. No. You want me to... Okay. This is... I'm like that guy that couldn't play the tutorial to Cuphead. There. You had to click the actual button. It's old school. Miyazaki knew. He knew I wouldn't understand. And then this doesn't matter because we're not playing online because I don't give a shit about online. Okay. So I'm just going to play Dark Souls. I haven't just sat down and played Dark Souls. I don't know if I've ever just played Dark Souls in this channel. I've always got some stupid gimmick. So I'm going to watch the cutscenes. So if you're watching this on a computer and you don't want to see the cutscenes, I recommend using the J, K, and L keys on your keyboard because L will jump ahead 10 seconds and J jumps back 10 seconds. So you can use that to like just skip the cutscene. And I also assume you're watching it at 2x speed, so I'm talking real fast like this, son. Okay, let's just play the fucking game. Okay, I just... I did all this just so he could show it to me again. Well, look at that spiffy, fast-spinning model of a warrior. I'm going to play as a man, so we can be strong and independent. I'm just going to play a warrior. I think it's like the best class in this game to just sit down and play. Because you just got your sword, a shield, and a helmet, some pants. All the accoutrement. Not going to take the master key. We'll play through the game, the intended path. Something about that model seems off. Is it because I have the brightness down? I don't know. Who fucking cares? Black Fireball. I'm just going to play as like the default guy. Is this the default guy? Is this Dark Soulsman? With his dark... Well, he would probably have black hair. We'll give him dark brown. That's the most default man ever. His name is... He's so default. Is there a name that sounds like default? Hold on, the game is so loud. I gotta turn the volume down. If my microphone picks it up, you'll get the worst feedback. I guess Joe Fault sounds kind of like default, right? Joe Fault you gotta, for all the Tenfey true believers, you have to add him to the canon of Tenfey original Dark Souls characters. So Joe Fault, he's in there. He don't give shit about nothing.
In the age of ancients, the world was unformed, shrouded by fog. A land of grey crags, arch trees, and everlasting dragons. But then there was fire. And with fire came disparity. Heat and cold, life and death, and of course, light and dark. Then from the dark they came and found the souls of lords within the flame. Nito, the first of the dead. The Witch of Izalith and her daughters of Chaos. Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, and his faithful knights. And the furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten. With the strength of lords, they challenged the dragons. Gwyn's mighty bolts peeled apart their stone skins. The witches weaved great firestorms. Nito unleashed a miasma of death and disease. And Seath, the scales, betrayed his own, and the dragons were no more. Thus began the Age of Fire. But soon the flames will fade, and only dark will remain. Even now, there are only embers. And man sees not light, but only endless nights. And amongst the living are seen carriers of the accursed dark side. Yes, indeed. The dark sign brands the undead. And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north. Where they are locked away to await the end of the world. This is your fate.
It's been a while since I actually watched that opening cutscene where it talks about the history of the fire and the souls and Lord Gwyn and the dragons and all that shit. And it really doesn't have... I feel like it doesn't have anything to do with, like, the game. Like, as far as you playing it. I guess that's the brilliance of the Soul series, is that the story, it's like the points and whose line it is anyway. It doesn't really matter. Already, look how the 60... Can you count each individual frame as I move? Because I feel like there's 60 in each second. Let's see. The HD graphics definitely don't make your beef jerky avatar look any better. Poor Joe Folt. He's got no eyeballs. He got black lips. He went to Australia. Didn't bring any sunscreen or a hat. He fought a kangaroo that had a bag of potato chips stuck on its head. It was a bad time. Got called a cunt. But he didn't realize that that's a term of endearment in Australia. It's so tragic. You ever wonder why, when Oscar's giving you the key to get out of here because he sees that you're not a mindless hollow, like, Wyatt is on a corpse? I like to think the key, either the corpse swallowed it like the guy in Saw. Well, he didn't really swallow the key. I think he had it surgically put in his stomach. Or it shoved up his ass. But either way, we have key. Good for us. Son, it's so refreshing to see Dark Souls through a new eye, and by that I mean just, like I said, an excuse to play. Oh God, we don't sack a taters roll, but we do chunky roll. That's all right. You could take off a bunch of our armor and run fast, Sanic style, but I'm not going to do it. You can't make me. See, how do these guys get out of their cells, or are they just not locked up to begin with? I can't hit nothing. Fine, you stand right there to the end of the world. I don't give a shit. You're sitting there licking the wall. He's trying to read a Hawthorne his way out of here, but he didn't. You have to learn how to make those little stone statues with a tiny hammer while you work in the library, son. And then this guy is probably crouched down in the water because he's secretly peeing, because that's what you do. That's how you secretly pee. Although it doesn't always work. If you want to hear an embarrassing story, when I was in school, I think it was like 8th grade, we took a class trip out to the water because we live here on the coast of North Carolina, and it was like for marine biology or something. And so we went out in canoes on the shoals and marshes and shit, and we were riding around and shit. Oh look, a trophy! I win. Hold on, where's the I win menu? I guess I can bow. Oh yeah, you can't interrupt your emotes in this game. Long story short, the class was out there. I mean, we had get wet and water gear on, but we weren't exactly out there swimming or anything. And anyway, after a couple of hours of being out there, I had to piss so bad. And we were doing some kind of activity where they gave us these little nets, and it was like, hey, go find clams or something. And I was like, well, they ain't bad, I guess. But since I had to piss, I tried to discreetly wander out into waist-deep water to, like, be like, oh, look, I'm just getting clams, don't mind me. But then some dickhead in the class was like, look, Ben's standing in waist-deep water, he must be pissing. And then all the popular girls somehow drove by in a convertible and laughed at me, and I was like, oh, I'll show you. I'll become YouTube popular. And then I just swam away and lived on a coral reef for 20 years. It's a true story. The Asylum Demon is up there. You can actually see his fat ass. Normally you run past him, but I guess I started with Black Fire. Okay, there we go. We can see it. Look, he's so expectant of us to walk in there. Like, what if we never did? That roof would eventually give way. It's not properly constructed. They probably... I don't know how this place passed inspection with the fucking buttresses like that. Anyway, we're going to throw Black Firebombs at him, so why not? And we're going to do it at 60 frames per second. Where you at? There you are. Hey, gorgeous. I think I missed. I did. Oh, God. And now I pay for my hubris. Alright, let's actually try. This is a professional Dark Souls Remastered YouTube playthrough, son. I'm already going on the stories about me pissing during a field trip and fucking getting the shit beat out of me by the Asylum Demon. Y'all expect better. Heath Ledger's going to come in here and be like, this YouTube channel deserves a better class of Tenfey, and I'm going to give it to him. You're like, what exactly do you mean by that, Heath Ledger? So you know how I got these scars? By playing Dark Souls on YouTube. I feel like I was cheated right then, because one of my that last firebomb should have hit him. I completely forgot that we get the Demon's Great Hammer for beating him here. It feels odd for me to kill a Dark Souls boss and not edit in the Final Fantasy victory music, but I'm not going to do it. This is an intended, Miyazaki-approved intended vanilla Dark Souls playthrough, son. We're going to absorb all the background lore. We can write some fan fiction based on it and then become famous like Vatty. It's not an official Tenfey Dark Souls video unless I throw shade at Vatty or another popular Dark Souls YouTube person. That's what I should have done. That probably would have made this channel much more successful if the whole channel was based around shit-talking other Dark Souls YouTubers. I could have been the Keemstar of Dark Souls. That's a name I've heard. He's a guy that talks about people on the internet, right? I honestly don't know. You kids with your hip YouTubers, I just don't know. If only I could have found Miyazaki's dead body hanging from a tree and then filmed it, I would have been YouTube famous and everyone would have loved me. Am I being culturally relevant? Okay. Let's talk to Oscar. I guess I'll actually listen to the NPCs talk. I never really do that in a video either, son. Are y'all excited? You're going to get all the lore. You look bad off, son.
Oh, you. You're no hollow. Thank goodness. I'm done for, I'm afraid. I'll die soon, then lose my sanity. I wish to ask something of you. You and I, we're both undead. Hear me out, will you?
I do like how they're like, you can be like, no. But it's a Japanese game, so it doesn't matter what you pick.
Regrettably, I have failed in my mission. But perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There is an old saying in my family. Thou who art undead art chosen. And thine exodus from the undead asylum maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords. When thou ringeth the bell of awakening, the fate of the undead thou shalt know. Well, now you know. And I can die with hope in my heart. Oh, one more thing. Here, take this. An Estus flask. An undead favorite. Oh, and this.
I got a damn achievement for talking to Oscar. It's like a participation trophy, son.
Now I must bid farewell. I would hate to harm you after death. So go now, and thank you.
Alright, the moment you leave this room, he dies. Let's talk to him again because I miss
I
him.
must bid farewell. I would hate to harm you after.
And he says the same thing. Oh, Oscar, why did you fall? And, well, the secret is, I think the Asylum Demon knocked his fucking ass through that hole. Let's see if we can secretly catch him dying. He doesn't want us to see it because it's so embarrassing. Don't mind me, I'm just off to ring the bells. Did you die yet? Woo! It's like Santa Claus, son. He won't die if he knows you're watching. I think we have to run more up. Oh, I heard it. I do like that they show the like full death animation. Also, he doesn't drop his shield unless we come back later. Spoilers, and murder him. Well, is it really murder? It's more of a mercy killing when you think about it. I need... Oh, I have an Estus flask. Well, never mind. I guess I don't need to equip it then. Alright, I'm going to parry this guy so y'all think I call this. Is going to set the tone for the whole playthrough if I can do this. Get my parry hand. Make my parry hand strong, Lord. Make my parry hand properly timed, Lord. Come at me. Oh, well, that's it. This playthrough is over. Let's everybody go home. Tenfey's up to his usual bullshit. See, I was building up suspense. Casey had to batted that motherfucker. It's a good thing I didn't try that on Super Boo in the Room of Space and Time, or Piccolo would have blown the door up. Okay, enough of these shenanigans, son. How long are we going to spend in the Undead Asylum? We got to play through the game fast and efficiently. That's what people want. The less content I can put out, the better. Good times. This is why the longsword is like the best starting weapon, because you can just do that stab attack and it kills everything. It's the Saitama of sword technique. I bet we could parry this guy. Oh yeah. I just gotta get him back in my swing. I've been playing so many shitty Souls games, aka all the other ones, that I forgot how to parry, because not every other game parrying is busted. Even Demon Souls. Dark Souls is the only good one. I want to jump to that secret ledge over there. No, stop it. Secret ledge, senpai, notice me. We did it. If you jump up here when you're fighting the asylum demon, I wonder how mad he gets. I know if you stand up there too long, he'll knock you down. Okay, we had too many antics in the asylum, son. The professional nature of this playthrough is being called into question, and honestly, I can't disagree. I'm going to put my shield away so it doesn't look bad during this cutscene. Also, my scabbard is like... Is it attached to my hip? It looks like it's kind of floating. I look like a cheap action figure where the scabbard just sticks on with a little peg and then it falls off immediately. And my hand doesn't quite grip my sword right and I'm off balance. The coloring of this guy is different though. I feel like the armor is paler. I don't know, Joe Fault. I can't look at you until we can re-handsomeize you, which we can't do till we go to Firelink. So let's get a big old bird to pick us up and take us to Firelink. How's that sound?
Only in the ancient legends it is stated that one day an undead shall return. To leave the undead asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords. Lordran.
Here we are, born to be kings. For each lord, these trophies are so condescending. The screen loses its shit when you... Oh yeah, that's right. They made the bonfires look like actual bonfires. I know Plague of Gripes was mad about that because it's not technically supposed to be fire. It's supposed to be Estus. So that's why it looked all wispy in the original. But I don't know. People probably yell at each other about that. I don't really see any reason to talk to the crestfallen guy. So we're just not going to. If you never talk to him, he just sits there and hangs out and you can be good friends? Question mark. Share a bowl of good friends cereal. Alright, this is one nice change already I've noticed. When you pick up items in the original Dark Souls, it automatically puts them up here, which you don't necessarily want with everything you find. So the fact that we, you know, can pick something up and then equip it at our leisure is very nice. Alright, first things first, we got a D beef jerky. I don't want to mess with any fucking Yetis or have Randy Savage bust into my room asking me if I'm bored or anything. Okay. We got some fine loot to pick up before we leave Firelink. Some fire bombs. Yes, sir. Now that's something to have on your bar. We'll save those 3 black fire bombs for a special occasion. They're like the candy corn in Problems, Loof, son. They're going to save us right at the end. I have no reason to talk to Petrus. I guess I could... He has like a emote or something. I'm not trying. I'm not going for 100% completion, so I have no fucking reason to talk to him ever. I wouldn't wipe my ass with Petrus, to tell you the truth. Okay. Is the game looking prettier to y'all yet? I am enjoying how smooth it is. Because if you played... You could make the PC version of Dark Souls. You could make it 60 frames per second with DS fix. But, like, everything was fucked up and broken. Oh, we can finally look at Joe Fault. You're less beef jerky, but I still wouldn't call him handsome. He's probably... I mean, ye old times, I guess he'd be considered handsome because he's got all his teeth, I assume. And he's, you know, not got scurvy. He's not covered in horse shit like I assume everybody was back in the day. The old horse shit times, I believe they refer to as. Skeletons are still angry, even in 60 frames per second. Their anger, it's 60 frames per second. 60 FPS bird. Hummingbirds move much faster than 60 frames per second. You couldn't put a hummingbird in Dark Souls, son. The engine, it just can't render it. I ran all the way around there just to fall down on the ledge like a jackass. And then this stupid skeleton followed me. Alright, motherfucker. You want to fight? You can't. I gotta parry you. You're cheating. Hold on. God, cheating ass fucking skeleton. Nope. Not even close. Yep, you can hold your shit up and back. Look, I can do that too. Ooh, look how spooky I am. Oh no. I've got sinew and ligaments. What do you got? Motherfucker. I'm gonna stab you in your invisible dick. It's the skeleton's only true weakness. Okay, mister. You think you're so fucking clever. Just, you get your fucking Jason and the Argonauts looking ass over here. I've had enough of this. Had enough of looking bad on the internet now. There, that's what I wanted. I can just keep obliterating him. Perpetual cycle of being fucking obliterated. I have no striking weapon. Holy shit, he dropped a scimitar. We could be like Sinbad the Sailor, son. I ain't got... Oh, I do have the stats to equip it. Oh, too bad. Long swords are nothing. You might find this hard to believe, but I wouldn't wipe my ass with a scimitar. Not after, you know, the last time my doctor gave me such a stern scolding. Scimitar, I mean, you do worse for swords, I guess. What I'm trying to get across is that it ain't a bad sword. This is going to be a long playthrough. I just nothing to talk about. This is going to be the awkward waiting room outside the dentist's office conversation of Dark Souls playthroughs, because we ain't got nothing to fucking talk about. I guess we're supposed to be talking about how much better the game looks. I can't tell. Joe, you look so tired. I know you're just a default warrior, but come on. Put some default gumption behind that shit. Backstabbed. Get up. I ain't done killing you. Remember, kids, if you're going to fight a skeleton and you don't have a cudgel of some sort for blunt force trauma, then make sure you stagger your heavy attacks so that they get caught in a pattern so you can defeat them like Arno in Game Center CX. Okay. My plan is to kick this motherfucker off a cliff before his boy, before Ray Ray there can sneak up behind me. Yeah, Ray Ray, look at you. Dying to get on Facebook and talk shit about how you did something because you snuck up behind me with your bitch ass fucking sneak attack. Look, with his final breath from hell's heart, he stabbed at me. Okay. We're not going to loot the entire cemetery because there's a Zweihander and a spear and a Caudacious shield we don't really need. There are binoculars. We could get those to look at things. But why would we want to look at things? Even though that's the entire point of this playthrough, is to see how different the game is. We'll look with our hearts. Use the eyes on the inside. It's another Soulsborne reference for you kids at home. Okay. Seriously, it's too many antics. Alright, what do we want? We want you to be the 16, at least. And that's about it for now. I guess we'll go beat the game now. God. I guess we'll go ring the bells of awakening and get the Lord Souls. Whatever. Oh, wait. I forgot. We got the... I already knew about this, but there's another major improvement to this version. We can take a stack of soul items and use all three at once. Boom. That was one of my biggest complaints. If you watch any of my Dark Souls playthroughs, anytime I have to use a stack of soul items, I'm like, this is stupid and dumb and I hate it. Whatever. You're not my real dad. Start pumping endurance. I want to be fast rolling. I need that fast roll on my desk by 5, Johnson, or you're fine. And no, I'm not stripping down the fast roll. So I got some fucking dignity. I don't even know if I timed that parry correctly, but I'll take it. It's like when the ref makes a bullshit call and he knows he made a bullshit call. So then he makes a similar bullshit call on the other team to like try to balance karma. Oh, we could put that waistcloth on. It's time for Fashion Souls. Ojo, with your one boot. God bless your heart. It's too non-default. It's too non-conformist. Joe Fault here is not a. He's not a bold man when it comes to dress, son. He's like a cartoon character. He just has. He has a closet full of these warrior sets just hanging up there. Go on, throw your firebomb. I'm gonna walk over here and pick this up. You can't do nothing about it. I win. Oh God, he did something about it, but I still won. It was a moral victory. He thinks he's people. Alright, let's get Axeman over there. Son, I killed 7 with one blow. I'm like the cobbler? Or a tailor? What was that guy's profession? The 7 with one blow story? I don't know. It's a Brothers Grimm-ass ye old folk tale. He like kills 7 flies with one blow, and then he starts bragging about it, and so the king thinks he's like a warrior, and then he goes off and accidentally kills a dragon, and so the king's like, well, my princess is now your property. Ho ho! Ye olden times, baby! What do we think about this lighting? I don't know enough about game design or art design to critique it properly. So I'll let y'all do that in the comments. Talk amongst yourselves. Look at this clipping through the wall. That wouldn't happen in my original Dark Souls, Miyazaki. You hack fraud. You're the red letter media of game developers. And I told him. Come on, motherfucker, I'm gonna parry shit out of you. Oh my God. Parried a jump attack. The good times are here, baby. He thinks he's gonna throw firebombs at me and be cool, but the joke's on him. No, Kira, it is I throwing firebombs at you. Hey, how you doing? Ah, I love being able to parry things. I love being super good at Souls games. We could be cool kids and take this shortcut where we jump over that railing, but we're not going to. But we are going to go down there and get those free items. Just as an excuse to roll into these barrels at 60 frames per second. I didn't even do that second roll. The game did it on its own. If only I had a bow and arrow, I could pick these people off. But alas. Alas, I have none. Alright, guys. Keep it clean and come out boxing. Are y'all having a good time yet? I'm having an okay time. Like I said, any excuse to just sit and play Dark Souls is a good time, son. A broken straight sword for me? Well, I'm so honored. I could make Artorias' shitty fucking weapon. The boss Souls weapons, like, they're not worth the effort it takes to craft them. That's just my hot take, though. Once again, I'm just immediately throwing shade on Dark Souls and everything it stands for. 60 frames per second. Ladder climbing. 60 rungs per second. Sir, excuse me. Can you not see that I'm above you on a ledge that makes me invincible? Have you not seen Revenge of the Sith, sir? Please. Please, sir, you're just embarrassing yourself. Alright. He never learned. Barrels! Ashton from Star Ocean 2 would be so disappointed. If you understand Ashton from Star Ocean 2 and his love of barrels, leave it in the comments. I'm just going to pander for comments. That's what I used to do. I need to go back to the old Tenfey ways. You know, pander for comments. Talk about how things ain't bad constantly. Did you see those 60 frames per second dragon feet? Or Drake feet? Drake and John. There's a Tenfey highlight of me arguing about the difference between dragons and drakes. I think it's called Dragonclature. I cannot fucking believe this horseshit. Can you? Kids at home. Clap if you believe this is horseshit. Look at the 60 frames per second arrows sticking out of my head. Yep. That's what your fucking life got you. Stabbed to death. Pick up this wooden shield for no reason. I have no reason to equip it. Well, it looks nice, I guess. It probably looks nicer than this heater shield. I wonder why they're called heater shields. I'm pretty sure Noah would know that if he was real. Maybe they use them to like heat things, like a wok. There's worse things you could do with a heater shield. You ever really notice that it's like gray and blue? I used to think it was just blue. See, look, we're learning so many things about the nature of Dark Souls and ourselves. The true Dark Souls remaster was the friends we made along the way. That's the point I'm trying to get across. There's a man hiding behind this cupboard. And now he's dead. More Hollow Warrior waistcloths, son. I was going to say I wouldn't wipe my ass with them, but I probably would. How you doing there?
Well, you seem to have your wits about you. Hmm? Then you are a welcome customer. I trade for souls. Everything's for sale.
He's so pleased with himself. Alright, I will have your finest residence key. And I would also like a short bow. Do I have enough? I might have to eat some soul items to get me a short bow. And then afterwards, I'll get me a cheddar bow. I forgot if we're going back to classic Tenfey, I have to reference Bojangles well, at least once every 5 minutes. Huh, it asks you, even if you only have one, how many you want to use. I guess they just coded it where it's like, always ask how many they want to use. Behold, as I use 5 lost souls. Such power. One man shouldn't wield such power.
You again. I hope you brought plenty of souls.
Has anyone ever actually listened to him talk? Okay, where? There you are. A few soul arrow or wood arrows to get us through. 313 all to cover us.
Oh, thank you very much. Come back soon.
Why are you patting? You're like an invisible dog. Invis-a-dog from Parker Brothers. Okay. Apparently it's a board game. Invis-a-dog. Looks like we're going to have to play Twing Twang in 60 frames per second, baby. Whoop. Where the hell are you going? Just to hell? That arrow I shot him with was fucking enormous. Look at that. I feel like they weren't always that big. I'm in. The aiming reticle in this is odd. It's like slightly off aligned. It's not that I'm bad at the game or anything. You just gotta properly tune it. It's Miyazaki. You need to learn to arrow. I do miss the Havoc dead bodies flailing around, so that's nice. You can't fast climb a ladder though, so I'm gonna have to take off some points. Throwing knives can sometimes be useful, so we'll throw them down here. Booyah. I guess we'll get that crossbow. The proper way to play vanilla Dark Souls is to pick up every item, even though you don't use but like 3% of them. Just like the human brain. Do you know you only use like 10% of your brain? It's super true. And did you know that Granddaddy Longlegs are the most poisonous spider, but they don't have fangs big enough to bite you? Yeah, it's true. My uncle works at Nintendo. And somehow that proves it's true. It's so relaxing to just play Dark... Well, this part of Dark Souls. We're going to get to the bullshit parts. Don't worry. Just wait till we get to the fucking Bed of Chaos and shit. Or Seif the Scaleless. You're going to... When this baby hits 88 fighting Seif the Scaleless, you're going to hear some serious fucking whining. Let me guess. It's going to hit that tower. Or an invisible part of that tower. It didn't. My passive aggressiveness, it finally... I was rewarded. Oh, no, never mind. My hubris counteracted it. Got him right in the fucking elbow. His Achilles elbow. I don't know why I'm bothering with headshots. Probably because they're very satisfying. Incredibly satisfying. Okay. Well, now if I rest at this bonfire, they're just going to come back. Stephen King warned me that sometimes they come back, but I never listen. I'm sorry, Mr. King. If you're listening, leave a comment. Stephen King should write an adaptation of Dark Souls. It could be something original, like maybe a writer who lives in Derry, Maine, like gets sucked into the Dark Souls world. No, okay, here's the plot for Stephen King's novelization of Dark Souls. So a writer in Derry, Maine, one day is sitting down to write a book about how he was hit by a van once. And the next thing he knows, his pet frog escapes out of his terrarium, and he runs outside to chase it. And the frog jumps on a box of plutonium and grows huge and falls in a pit in the ground. And so the guy immediately jumps in the pit after him. And then he lands in the Dark Souls world, except that there's a sci-fi tank there that he gets in. It sounds like a good idea. Fuck you, I've got a shield. And I know there's a man on the other side of this wall. Son, they call me the wall cleaver. Well, a few people. That guy calls me that. I believe there's some more black fire bombs in here for our collection, son. They're mint condition. My goal is to get a factory sealed black fire bomb, but they're just so rare, and that you get overcharged for them so much. I like how he tried to keep walking and act cool in front of his friends. He was like, yeah, whatever, I get shot with arrows all the time. Shut up. I've got like 8 girlfriends. They're from New Zealand, though. Nobody would believe that. New Zealand's on the other side of a fucking ocean, son. If you're going to talk about your fake girlfriends, it's got to be Canada. Not that I would know anything about that. Being a man with 6 hot, real Canadian girlfriends. They went to a different high school. You're like, really, where? I'm like, Manitoba? Manitoba High School? He was like, the whole province has one high school, huh? I'm like, well, it was North Manitoba. They're from the Northwest Territories, so you would never meet them because the Northwest Territories are just woods and bears that want to fuck you. Fuck bears, I believe they're known as. It's their scientific name. It's like, go down there in the woods, eh? It's like, yeah, I thought so. It's like, you can be mighty careful. It's like, what do you mean? It's like, an awful lot of them fuck bears sighted this year. Like, what kind of bears? Like, you heard me, boy. The fuck bears. Like, what do fuck bears do? It's like, son, can you not pick up on context clues? I like how it was Ross Perot. I'm like, well, are you going out there? He's like, I got $4 billion. I do whatever I want. Ross Perot, if he had become the president in like 92 or whenever the hell that was he ran, things would be so different. He was going to pay off the national debt out of his own pocket. He had $4 billion. Who would say anything to him? In 1992 money? Nobody. The Russians? Putin was like a wee lad back then, I assume, in 92. How old is Putin? If any Russians are watching. Are there Russian Tenfey fans? There can't be. That would be so surprising. Alright. I reckon we ought to kill that Black Knight down there. That's what my pa always said. Get up early, try to sneak out with my fishing pole and my bucket of worms, my old tin can full of worms. And as soon as I creak the door, the step on the porch, I hear, "Where you going, boy?" I'm like, "Gee whiz, pa, I was going to the fishing hole." He said, "Boy, I told you. You're going to help me today. We got to clear that Black Knight out of the barn. He set up shop in there, talking about his honor or some shit. The only honor he's going to get is the honor of being the 38th thing I've killed this week with my sawed-off shotgun there." You couldn't kill a Black Knight with a sawed-off shotgun, could you? Would a knight's armor stop a sawed-off shotgun? Why hasn't the Discovery Channel done a terrible CG show about this yet? My hope was to get him caught in a backstab loop, which we can still do, potentially. Alright. Yes! I love it. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. I've tried so hard. I can't rise above it. And I don't know why the deal's about that little gal's loving, but I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. That's been my country music break. Every Tenfey video deserves one. You're being so backstabbed and I love it. This is why Dark Souls 1 is the best Souls game. Because of this bullshit. I fucking love it. It's like taking vitamins to me, son. If this was Dark Souls 3, he would have got up. Wow, he dropped the fucking Black Knight sword. Okay, what do we need for that? 20 and 18? Son, Mr. Joe Folt, looks like you got a steady career path ahead of you, son. Joe Folt here just kind of graduated high school and drifted aimlessly in life. Son, he worked at a Dunkin' Donuts, and then he worked at a car wash. But now, he's got big plans. Fortune smiled on him, son. He's like Ben 10. It started when a Black Knight sword... I can't. I gotta try to do the Ben 10s. What is this blue haze on the stairs? Or is it a purple haze? Do y'all see it at home? I'm looking at the preview window in the Elgato software, and it looks like it's showing up. Oh, wait. There's a lizard upstairs. One of my least favorite Goosebumps books. Now, as soon as I start making up Goosebumps books, we know we're in classic Tenfey. Please tell me, in your all secret Tenfey drinking game that I'm not allowed to know about, that there's a rule about when I make up a title to a Goosebumps book. Because it's one of my favorite little sticks I do. Oh, Jesus. Hitting me during my getting off a ladder frames, huh? So fucking proud of himself. You know who he classifies as, right? He's an archer-style character who was pulling some Ray actions. Which means he becomes my least favorite Sonic the Hedgehog character, Ray the Archer. Alright, we need, we have Joy. That'll be our temporary, we beat a boss thing. Until we can talk to the blacksmith and get the proper one where we hold our shield or sword or whatever up. Or sword and board. The sword of the Lord! Okay. About to put this motherfucker on ice, son. Ice to meet you, you son of a bitch. Ice, ice, baby. Alright, stop. Collaborate and listen. We're going to fight him in the intended manner. Which means we're going to climb up here, we're going to plunge attack the shit out of him, son. It's going to be a good time. A good time will be had by y'all. Look at you, you half goat, half bull looking, hee-haw looking pervert. Alright, I'm going to stab you in the dick. You can't stop me. You weird ass fucking bull dick. And somehow we beat him. See how much more boring Dark Souls boss fights are when I don't edit in my own boss music? Usually dancing with Doms and don't put the Final Fantasy fanfare at the end. It's so anticlimactic. Oh yeah, we need to appreciate the lightning sword effect in the HD. Well, never mind. Joe Folt was like, no. Not gonna do it. No, sir. Is that how he talks? Is that his canon voice? He's like, I'm Joe Folt. Like, hey, do you want to use this non-standard default sword? He's like, I'm not going to do it. No. Nope, nope. If we don't get no tolls, then we don't eat no rolls. I guess we'll talk to Solaire of Astora, since the kids seem to be fond of him. With their May-Mays. He's out here staring at the sun. This offspring looking, listening to motherfucker.
Hello. You don't look hollow. Far from it. I am Solaire of Astora, an adherent of the Lord of Sunlight. Now that I am undead, I have come to this great land, the birthplace of Lord Gwyn, to seek my very own son. You find that strange? Well, you should. No need to hide your reaction. I get that look all the time.
He's so pleased with himself.
Oh, aha. So I didn't scare you. I have a proposition, if you have a moment. The way I see it, Our fates appear to be intertwined. In a land brimming with hollows, could that really be mere chance? So what do you say? Why not help one another on this lonely journey? This pleases me greatly. Well then, take this. The flow of time itself is convoluted, with heroes centuries old phasing in and out. The very fabric wavers, and relations shift and obscure. There's no telling how much longer your world and mine will remain in contact. But use this to summon one another as spirits, cross the gaps between the worlds, and engage in jolly cooperation. Of course, we are not the only ones engaged in this, but I am a warrior of the sun. Spot my summon signature easily by its brilliant aura. If you miss it, you must be blind.
He really is so tickled with himself. You know what? I don't think listening to the NPC dialogue is making this playthrough any better. So maybe we just won't anymore. We already talked to Solaire, who gives a shit about anything else. Alright, so here's a conundrum, a quantum conundrum. We're not going to make it to that edge over there unless we can fast run and roll and shit. Which means we might have to actually strip for a brief moment. Sorry, Joe. You're going to have to show off your manly physique. Look at him. He's so displeased. He's like, I don't want to. Nope. No, sir. Alright, let's see if we can outrun the fire. Which we didn't start. We didn't link the fire. Woo! We did it, Joe. We saved the city. By that I mean your abs for being burnt up. Okay. I'm going to come down here and kick a ladder. Just for fun. And profit. Alright, here's what we're going to do, kids at home. I'm thinking it might be fun to cut that dragon / Drake, since I still don't know what y'all want me to refer to him as, cut his tail off and use it as a weapon of some sort. So maybe that's what we'll do. I think we have the stats to wield it, so just keep pumping endurance, son. Whoop. So I'm going to stay in fast roll mode for just a little bit longer. You ladies at home can enjoy Joe's 60 frames per second physique. For being such a default, he's so defaultly handsome from the neck down. he's one of them butterface gentlemen I've always heard about. I suppose we do need a cut and iron of some sort if we're going to be cutting the dragon's tail off. Woosah! Alright. Hang out here for just a moment. Oh my god, I turned around and Ace of Base warned me about this and I didn't listen to him. Okay. Now that the horrific incident of terror is over, we're going to stand here for a few seconds. And we're going to lighten it up this sword like a lightning biscuit. God, I love lightning biscuits. Or light rolls, I guess you would actually call them. Just my grandmother always called them lightning biscuits, and I thought that was a cool name. I was like, dude, lightning biscuits. Like Thor would eat that shit. Alright, we need to cut that tail off. We did it. Run, my god, run. He's pissed. Yeah. What are you going to do about it? Be angry in 60 frames per second? I got your tail. Oh! I'm like a dragon uncle. That's a game they play with their dragon nephews and nieces. They play Got Your Tail. Okay. Back to our important business. I want a Drake sword and a short bow. And a heater shield. And then some armor and helmets. Look, there's that blue, like, light again. Am I the only one seeing it? Am I reverse colorblind? I'm color woke. Okay. How's our rolling? Oh, we could still medium roll. He just won't stop being mad. I guess when you're a fire-breathing mythological lizard of some sort, you're just mad all the time. I was going to say, yeah, we equipped the shit out of that, so I assumed we could. That's right, get your weak ass out of here. Go on. Oh, I accidentally summoned him back. What if he came back? I discovered that if you call the dragon back, he's like, okay, fine, motherfucker. I didn't start this fight, but I'll fucking finish it. Come here and get our spoils. Because to the victor go the spoils. Unfortunately, my character isn't named Victor. So he'll just borrow them until Victor shows up. I wonder if the name Victor is directly derived from the word for being victorious. I'm going to kindle this, get us some 10S flash there. Here's your problem right here. Your bonfire's unkindled, so I'm going to have to order some special humanity there to get her up to 10. And I'm going to have to charge you overtime. Unfortunately, it is a Sunday, and I had to come out here and make a special trip and make your bonfire stronger. I like my old-timey mechanic slash plumber who talks about souls. Technically I invented him in the last part 5 of my standard issue Pyromancer Dark Souls 2 playthrough. I believe it was when I was fighting the Rotten. He's a good guy. Maybe I'll make him an actual Souls character at some point. We're going to need a lot of endurance. Of course, probably not going to use this Drake Sword to the end of the game, son. Just to get us where we're going. It's a starter sword. Alright, we need to run past this pig in 60 frames per second. 60 frames pig second? Does that work as a joke? I don't think it does. We're going to kill you. We're going to kill you. We're going to drop down here. Roll. Roll. And then that gate's going to come down. Look, the purple haze is back. It's always haunted me. What are you doing, you fucking nut? Get away from that. Get away from that. That ain't yours. Alright, what's the pig doing? He's over there. He's so angry. And it's such a high frame rate compared to what he used to be angry at. Oh my god, Becky. She stabbed me through the gate. I'm the gate killer. I'm the worst serial killer in history because you have to come to one specific gate and then I stab you through it. And it still somehow took the police 8 months to catch me. I wonder if my Getsuga Tensho will hit them through the thing. It looked cool, but it didn't. Fine, I'll open the gate. Y'all are like a cat. I went in the bathroom to take a shit and shut the door behind me, and then y'all came running and got up to the door and started meowing. Because if there's one thing cats love, is to watch you shit. Their whole fucking day is based around it. I used to have a black cat named Johan. He was the best cat ever, and I loved him. I missed him every day. But when I used to go in the bathroom to take a shit, it was his favorite part of the day because all he would do, God bless his heart, he wanted to come in the bathroom with me because when I was sitting on the toilet, it made me the perfect height where he could sit on the counter where the sink is that was beside the toilet and both rub his face against mine, or sometimes he would try to groom my hair for me. Honestly, if fucking YouTube had existed back then and I'd recorded that shit, well, first of all, it would have been a video of me sitting on a toilet, but I guess I could have, filmed it from the waist up. But that shit would have been mad adorable. I miss that fucking cat. Son, in honor of him, I just don't comb my hair anymore. They're like, ain't you going to brush your hair? I'm like, sir, if it's not a cat's tongue, then it will not touch my glistening locks. What were we fucking talking about? Oh yeah, this game in 60 frames. We got to get back on track, y'all. With Nordic Track. They can't still make Nordic. Was Nordic Track named after, like, the Nordic people? I never made that connection as a child. In case you're wondering, Nordic Track was a, like, exercise, at-home exercise device you could order off the TV. This was back in the 90s. So children of that decade would get it. And you know what? It was a good home exercise thing. He is pissed. Rather pissed. He's also parried. Quite parried. If a Baldur swag sword drops, son, Joe, you're going to have to change career paths right in the middle of everything you're doing. I can't stop parrying. It's the busy world of Richard Parry, son, and I can't do it. I need to draw a pig driving a pickle car and a worm with a yodeling hat on. Do you all know what the busy world of Richard Scarry is? Because I have referenced it several times in Tenfey videos. The man's name was Richard Scarry, and yet he defied fate and drew like children's books. He showed that destiny is not tied to your name or your genetics. He was the Naomi Hunter of children's authors. He may have injected you with a genetically engineered virus that will eventually cause you to suicide as an old man. But he also... that analogy completely got away from me. So, like I said, we're getting back into true Tenfey fashion, son. I start some kind of weird analogy, start throwing so much random shit, and if I get lost in it, y'all must get double lost. I think y'all should, when you watch a Tenfey video, you should keep like a notepad and a pen and paper or pencil next to you. And just all the things I'm saying that you have no fucking idea what I'm going on about, you should write down. And then at the end of the video, you should leave a comment, like, asking so I could try to clarify. Because there's got to be so much shit that just nobody understands. Because I have a fucked up brain that works in mysterious ways. It's like a Jesus brain. That shield's not really better than our shield that much, but if it doesn't make us fat roll, and it won't, let's equip it just so we can look cool. Whenever I see like YouTube footage of somebody talking about or playing Dark Souls and they have this shield equipped, I'm always so confused because it's just such a bad shield. Because it's so much heavier than the heater shield, but the heater shield already does 100% physical resist. So I guess we're going to be that guy. We have the Drake sword and the fucking Knight shield equipped. So we look like... we're like the guy inside the cover box of World of Warcraft with his shitty-ass gear and his T-Boo's Blaze longsword, son. Where everything FromSoft wants us to be. How dare you dodge my plunging attack and destroy a picnic table? Where are people going to eat their pick-a-nicka baskets now before Yogi Bear has a chance to steal them? My God. Was that Yogi Bear CG movie any good? I want to say it wasn't, but I haven't seen it. We got the mystery key. A boat key's a boat key, but the mystery key could unlock anything. It could even unlock a boat. This is the part of my video where I quote Family Guy to make it more popular. Is it working? Am I popular yet? Oh, Lord Jesus. But nah, I kid. I'd kid around. I'm like a talk show host, son. We're kidding around, but we're having a good time here. I'm just playing Dark Souls on my PS4. God bless America. What's happening with America? Look at these flat-ass trees. Like you could really... oh, I am trying... fucking Ray the Archer once again. Fucking Archie Bunker over here shooting me. He just like, oh, Archie, he's trying to explain the graphics of the trees look much flatter in the remake. He's like, would you stop yourself there, Edith? I have an AI routine when he enters my fucking aggro range here. I'm going to start auto shooting. And he's like, but Archie, aren't we sentient beings with our own cognitions? Like, would you stop yourself there, Edith? We're just AI routines simulating the world there. Little Keanu Reeves in his black sunglasses and trench coat there. We're defined by parameters and variables and such. Having an existential crisis with Archie. Good times. I see you up there, you son of a bitch. You smug bastard with your 6 fucking eyes and your trident. You better not start dancing. When I hit him, if he starts dancing, I'm going to be pissed. Look at this. The aiming reticle is so odd in the original Dark Souls. Alright, we have to keep hitting him in the face over and over. Forever. This is the best part of the game. I got every time he just gets right back up. He gets knocked down, but he gets up again because you're never going to keep him down. No, God, don't start dancing. We got it. If we give him a moment's respite, he might drink a whiskey drink and drink a lager drink and drink a cider drink and drink a... He drinks a whiskey drink, he drinks a vodka drink, he drinks a lager drink, he drinks a cider drink. That's how it's supposed to go. Look, he needs to sing the songs that remind him of the better times. He's tub thumping, y'all. Once again, keep that list of what the hell is Tenfey talking about. Alright, I want all of y'all in a big fucking line, because I am going to Ichigo Kurosaki the shit out of you with my Getsuga Tensho. You Aizen wannabe Grimjow looking fucking Ukihora. Red-headed girl with big tits, etc. I'm trying to remember all these Bleach characters. Spirits are always with us, guy. Alright. I want to get a bunch of them with the Getsuko. Maybe like this. Oh my god! That's the best fucking thing I've ever done in a Souls game. It will never get better than that. If I could have somehow parried them before I did that. God. And Jesus wept. Ugh. Oh, I want to... We did it! Okay. Oh, look at all y'all. You're so adorable. No, I was Getsuka 10 showing. Stop it. You're cheating. Why do Boulder Knights always gotta cheat? Boulder Knights be cheating like women be shopping. How come women always be shopping? If you're watching this and you're a woman, explain why you always gotta be shopping. Yeah, you parry that. You fancy-ass fucking rapier wielding, fleur-de-lis looking, Jean-Pierre Paul Naref wannabe, fucking Jacques Cousteau, hee-haw looking pervert. Normally this area would lag with all those guys there. I feel like it didn't right then. I've been hearing a lot of complaints about this remaster. I don't know. Can't we just play Souls and have a good time? If you can parry a Boulder Knight and cleave his dick in twain with the sword you got from cutting a dragon's tail off. A dragon ass sword, as I would call it. And that's like a dragon and an ass sword is hyphenated. It's not a dragon ass sword. It's like, man, that's one dragon ass sword. It's a dragon ass sword. That's also the name of my dick when the dragon honeys come around. The dragon nurses. I forgot about dragon nurses. Getting back to old Tenfey. How many of y'all remember my original ecchi anime series I was developing called Dragon Nurses? For those of you who need a refresher course, so the plot is main character guy. We're letting Lautrec out, by the way. Who gives a shit? Main character guy is a Japanese high school student who was studying to get into Tokyo University, and on the way to the exam, the entrance exam, he got in a wreck in his car. He was driving through like a ye old like country part of Japan where like there's shrines and shit, not like the major urban areas. And like he gets in a wreck, and when he comes to, he's in a hospital, but he doesn't like recognize the hospital. But then the nurse comes in, and the nurse is like a super scantily clad busty dragon lady. And he's like, oh, and bloody nose, etc. And then it turns out he's at a hospital full of dragon nurses. And they all want his dick. That's the entire plot. I'm going to get like 26 episodes out of that, guaranteed. Sell all kinds of merchandise, son. I'm telling you, it's good shit. I need to commission an artist. Any of you artistic types out there, I need to commission y'all. And by that I mean beg. Because if there's one thing artists love is when people beg for free art. But I need art of the Dragon Nurses concept art. I'll leave it up to you how dragony you want to make the nurses, but you know, more dragon the better. The more dragon you get in there, the better she is. Okay, we are going to do a cutscene. So always unequip your shield during a cutscene, or else it floats on your back like this and looks really awkward. Okay, let's do this shit. Alright. Once again, it's just so awkward to not hear Dancing with Doms while I'm fighting one of these bosses. I don't know why Dancing with Doms makes such good Dark Souls boss music, but I just think it does. For those of you who don't know, it's like it's music from Beyond Good and Evil, which surprisingly is a game I've never played, even though I do own it. I hear it's a good game. And by that I mean I hear it's a good game. And one's dead. We killed the main gargoyle before Ray the gargoyle could show up. I didn't even mean to do the Getsugaten show, but whatever. We somehow beat the gargoyle, kids. How did we do it? Ridiculous. Without even trying. How did we do it? We came back, dropped Megadeth, and took them to church. And I like Bleach, man. And Ryu had the stupidest verse. One of my favorite YouTube comments I ever left. I have a tendency. This sounds like a humble brag, but every now and then on a random YouTube video I'm watching, I'll leave some stupid comment that I know is stupid. But I'll come back sometime later and either somebody has actually responded to it or it has a bunch of upvotes. And one of them is, a little while back, Mega64 tried this weird experiment where each of the three main guys did their own little spin-off show. Like Rocco reviewed figures and Derek, I think he did something with video games. And Sean, who's like the skinnier blonde dude, he doesn't watch anime at all. So he had a series called Seanime where he picked a random episode of an anime and would watch it. And you would watch it along at home, and he would just make up what was going on because he didn't know any of the characters or the plot. And I mean, he would pick a random ass like middle of the like third season episode, like completely random, and talk about it. And it might have been the first episode of it. He picked Bleach, and he picked some weird random episode of Bleach that even I haven't seen because I stopped watching after the Soul Society arc. But anyway, he did that whole video, and in the comments, I left a comment that literally said, he came back, dropped Megadeth, took him to church. The joke being that in the song by Fort Minor, the 10% luck, 20% skill. Remember the name. That's the name of the song. That's a line that the guy says, and then the very next line is, I like Bleach, man. Ryu had the stupidest verse. And so, you know, it's a joke about Bleach. Jokes are always funny when you explain them like this. Anyway, I left that comment. Just came back, dropped Megadeth, took him to church. Not expecting anyone to give a shit. And then, like, sometime later, it got a response from some guy. And he was like, that's the most obscure, like, YouTube joke comment I have ever seen. And nobody will ever get it. So, I was so proud that that guy saw my stupid joke and responded. So, feel free to go find that video yourself and see if you can find my comment buried in there. And give her a thumbs up. Make your old Uncle Tenfey proud. Make me feel like my life meant something. Well, oh look, I didn't feel like I achieved anything until the trophy told me I did. There's Sin's Fortress and Anne Orlando, all 60 frames per second. There's a buckle of some kind. Yep, that's a buckle, all right. You ever notice that like there's like unbuckled buckles in the back of this armor? Like, what do they do? What do they go to? Are they for holding like your shirt tail in or your socks up? You know how business executive guys always wear those, what are they called, sock garters? They're like little garters that hold your socks up. And like the whole point of those is so when somebody comes in your office and you're fucking your secretary with your pants off, they'll see them. I believe I'm stealing that joke from Family Guy now that I think about it. Hugman! Shut up, Hugman. I want to learn, well, what is it, so I can be an asshole. And then I will purchase your finest poison by a ring. Lord have mercy. A little bite of poison. I was looking at that poison from the final fight, and I was like, I'd like to take a bite of that poison. Poison from Final Fight is such an odd character, because you can't, like, anytime you bring her up, it's always inevitably tied to the weird controversy of whether or not, like, she used to be a man. Even in 2018, y'all. Is it woke? Are you woke if you jerk off to porn of poison? Because in one version of the game, she's a transition male. And didn't they do that just so people wouldn't feel bad about beating her up? It's so... it's such an odd combination of things. This is the socially conscious part of the Tenfey video. How about Roxy? She's like the old palette swap of Poison that has like orange hair. She's hotter anyway. Okay. Whoop. We need to see a man about a rusted iron ring. Can we make this jump in 60 frames per second? We're going to try. Oh my god, will we try? We did it. Actually, that's easier to do because you can set jump to left click instead of the weird hold the circle button to run and then let go and immediately tap it again to jump that the original had. You know, I just noticed the little flames for the items looks different. It's like fancier. It's remastered. I think Joe Folt here is not impressed though. He's a hard man to impress. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, son. He's got standards. I fell off a fucking roof and apparently woke Framped up. This gives me a good excuse to rest at this bonfire so we can homeward boner out of there when we're done. Woosah. I want to keep leveling endurance until we don't fat or medium roll. Because with this sword carrying us for a little while, we don't really have to worry about our attack stats. And vitality, all we have to do is not get hit, and that won't matter. I do want to get at least one attunement slot eventually, though. What a tangled web we weave. Tell you what, we'll worry about this shit later. Just keep pumping endurance. Endurance is your most important stat, y'all. You have to endure. There's Petra standing there with his Gohan during the Frieza saga ass haircut. Ain't got nothing to do with him, son. Alright, this time we're not going to fall off a roof. Yeah, I know it's a short-term goal, but you got to take small baby steps, son. Start with not falling off a roof, and then move on to not falling off a skyscraper. And eventually not falling off the Grand Canyon. You don't really fall off the Grand Canyon. I think you fall in it. Right? Do I have any English majors in the comments that can tell me if I'm using the proper preposition? Preposition H. I'm just trying to take in the HD Splinter. Look at these flat-ass fucking tree branches. The illusion. I don't know if y'all noticed it if you watched that little transition cutscene, but in like the moment it showed Joe here in the the fucking crow's talons, like when time slowed down, he just had such a like a horrified, like it's just a stupid default expression, but he looked so like horrified that I actually bust out laughing. I suggest you go back and pause it. Oh, Jesus. We're going to twang these assholes. These motherfuckers with these torches are like one of the most dangerous enemies in the game. Because they have their signature attack, which is where they run at you all crazy. He's going to do it. Okay, he actually swiped it. But they do. They have an attack where all they do is they just run at you all crazy. And there's no way to anticipate it. See, they know I know about it, so they're not going to do it. Because I'm anticipating it, and I already said there's no way to do it. One of you's got to run at me all crazy now. Come on. No, don't use this. There, he was doing it, and then I blocked it. Whatever. I don't care. I'm too cool for this shit anyway. Alright, back to business. To defeat the Huns. I actually fucking aimed that shit correctly. Why is the aiming reticle so fucked up? I think it's because in Demon Souls, Miyazaki saw that people would just get a bow and like cheese everything, and it made him so angry. He wants you to wade asshole deep through his bullshit, son. He doesn't want you to take the easy way out. He's going to stand his ground, son, and he won't back down. I can't think of any reason not to kill Oscar of Astora, so we're going to do that. And we'll get a magic shield. Well, it's the crest shield, but it's good at blocking magic, so I'm going to call it the magic shield. We can use it to raft a river of lava. Get your hollow ass up. Oh, I want to parry him and be cool. Oh, that was a parry and you fucking know it. This is some bullshit. Get that fucking shield out of my face. Look at you with your poise ass fucking elite knight armor. Think you're so much better than me. Well, he fought me on the stairs. That was his major fuck up. God, I am just before fucking dying. He fat rolled his ass up there. Get your fat ass back down here. I told him. That's what you get for helping me at the beginning of the game and then becoming fucking pants on head hollow. Alright, we're going to equip the crest shield because it's lighter and better. It's like putting a vinaigrette on your salad instead of ranch. But ranch is so fucking good on a salad, y'all. Y'all don't understand. When I go to a buffet that has a salad bar, aka a pizza buffet, and I'm like, I'll make myself a salad. That way, you know, I can pretend the meal is healthy before I eat 14 pounds of pizza and cheesy bread. Well, anyway, I get up there to make me a salad. By the time I'm done putting croutons and ranch dressing on top of like the one piece of lettuce and like a cucumber that I put in the bowl, it looks like a fucking bowl of Captain Crunch cereal. But God, ain't it delicious. Now I miss Pizza Inn. God, those were good times. We used to have here in Morehead City, North Carolina, we used to have a pizza establishment by the name of Pizza Inn. And they had the best fucking pizza buffet. God, didn't I love it. And it was there my entire life up until like 4 or 5 years ago when it finally got tore down. And I didn't appreciate it when I could have, son. I squandered it. If there's one thing you take away from this Dark Souls playthrough, it's to appreciate the pizza buffets in your life, son, because you never know when they're going to be going. And you're going to regret all the things, all the pizzas and unhealthy salads and breadsticks that you could have eaten that you didn't. Now, the silver lining in that cloud is where they tore down the Pizza Inn, they built a newer Bojangles, because our Bojangles was old and busted. So, I mean, it is nice to get a new, more efficient, cleaner Bojangles, but it wasn't worth giving up the Pizza Inn for it. Apparently, they still have Pizza Inn buffets, and the legend says. I've heard even here in North Carolina, you can find a Pizza Inn buffet, but it's such things. There's like Tall Tales, you tell around the tavern. Tall Tales told around a tavern. It's a very confusing book title. I don't know why Black Knights even fight me when I'm just going to backstab them to death. They probably go on the Black Knight forums later and talk about how cheap I am and how I have no honor. And Worf from fucking Next Generation is there, and he's like, dude. Like, Picard gets in a fight with a Black Knight, and Data's like, Captain, the most logical choice of action would be to circle strafe behind the enemy and then backstab him. And Worf's like, what is this bullshit? What the fuck? Data, get on my fucking level. Captain, I suggest you get good. And then Picard turns to Riker, and he's like, number one, any thoughts? He's like, Captain, I'm not playing a fucking Souls game where you can't put a beard on your character. And then he turns to Troy. He's like, Counselor, do you just sense anything? And she's like, I sense much salt and anger on the forums due to the shitty nature of this game's sequels. Okay, we gotta get out of here. I'm going too deep into this fucking Star Trek Next Generation fucking reference. Alright, so now we can put on a poison bite ring and this. and have nothing but a good time. And how can I resist? It's nothing but a good time. And you won't get better than Poison Resist. The band Poison sings the song that I was just parrying, don't they? The song is called Nothing But a Good Time. I'm pretty sure it's by Poison. That was like a very clever double joke I just made. I'm a clever boy. If I hung out with Snow White with 6 other clever boys, I could be a shitty PlayStation 2 game. Okay, we're going to go see Andre the blacksmith. And we're going to pick up a few items. So, a couple of knickknacks. We might as well kill the Boulder Knights in the hopes that their swag sword drops. Although, technically, this guy can't drop one because he's a rapier. Rapier man. Rapiers are like the ass of swords. You could be a rapier man or you could be a broadsword man. That's like being a tits man. That analogy, I feel like that analogy works. If you want it to work bad enough, I feel like that analogy works. I am cutting a genuine fucking swath through these motherfuckers with this Drake sword, son. It's almost like you don't even have to try when you have this thing. There's one thing I like about Souls games, it's not having to try. The 4 non-blondes need not apply, because oh my god do they try. All the time in this institution. And then when that doesn't work, then they just start praying. Oh my god do they pray. And they do it every single day. And I don't know what they're praying for, but if I had to take a guess, it'd probably be a revolution. And one time they were... I went to knock on their bedroom door to see if they wanted any waffles for breakfast, and they were crying. Probably just to get it all out of their head. This is so stupid. And then, to make matters worse, our neighbors are always complaining because then when they wake in the morning, they'll step out the front door and they'll take a deep breath, and I'm pretty sure that they're really high. And then they just scream at the top of their lungs what's going on. Oh my god, that was a good one. It really wasn't, but I enjoyed it, and I hope you all did too. Oh my god, how are we going to get through this whole game? Eventually I'm just going to have to stop talking. I'm going to be like cars floating through space. Be like, and then eventually Tenfey stopped talking. I hear old Andre down there smacking his hammer. A whackity schmackity doo. I want to buy the repair box from him. Because if I'm going to be Getsuga Tenshoing all over the place with this sword, it eats up durability. And in Dark Souls 1, you don't get durability repaired automatically at a bonfire. You got to earn that shit, son. It ain't like Dark Souls 2 for you millennials who just expect free repairs, son. You got to earn that shit. Okay. I got enough wood and arrows. I guess I could repair equipment while I'm standing here. Yeah, I'm sure you don't. Oh, we could have upgraded our Estus flask back at the bonfire. I forgot we had a Firekeeper soul. I guess the duplicating souls glitch doesn't work in this version, where you'd like use your Estus flask as a soul item over and over. Not that we would cheat to begin with, but I'm just saying. It's a nice option to have. Sometimes you just want to cheat. You have a cheat day. That makes me think of the Strong Bad email about the cheat's birthday, or cheat day, since they don't know when his actual birthday is. So they go by the date on his fake ID. I miss Strong Bad email. Those were good times. That was back when the internet meant something. Titanite demons are fucking terrible. They're one of the worst parts of this game. They're like complete bullshit. Like, I'm having an easy time with this one, but like, when you go to fight the ones in the bottom of Sin's Fortress in the goo, God, that is frustrating. Even if you got your anti-goo ring on. It's a convenient ring to wear if you're one of the characters in My Brother and Me. Okay. Isn't Goo a character in Gumby as well? She's like the blue airplane thing. Gumby is weird. I'm sorry if there are any Gumby fans. If Gumby fan 69 is watching, I mean, you can feel free to leave a disparaging comment, but the nature of Gumby surprises me. That is odd color and lighting outside that door. I'm pretty sure the shit from the end of 10 Cloverfield Lane is out there. We're going to turn around and John Goodman's going to be trying to get us to stay in here. I guess Andre, the blacksmith, could be John Goodman. You know, I never saw that movie. I never saw Cloverfield either. I watched like 4 movies a decade. Speaking of which, I went last night with my good friend James Piner, who you all you Tenfey true believers will remember him as the esteemed gentleman I played Dragon Ball FighterZ with. We went and saw Deadpool 2, and you know, it was a good time. I won't talk about it because I know you kids these days are worried about your spoilers there. But it was a good movie. I'm glad that I went and saw it. That's my review. It ain't a bad movie. I mean, I'm not going to lie. It could have been a mite bit gooder, but why can't? Okay, you two. You think you're so cool because you had invincibility frames coming out of the ground. Yes, sir. I'm a bushman, and I think I'm just the fucking best. I'm the cat's pajamas because my arms can become long tendrils. Is this a case of Ray the Bushman sneaking up on us? Okay, guess what? Getsu Gatensho, motherfuckers. If I could ever swing this fucking sword because of your infinite fucking attack radius, you're getting Getsu Gatensho because you earned it. There. How's that feel? Could I have my... Ooh, blooming purple moss? That's that good shit, son. You don't want to get caught, you know, at a police check block with fucking blooming purple moss hidden in your back seat, son. They'll put you away. They're like, what we got here, boys? Looks like somebody is trying to prevent buildup of toxicity. I'm afraid here in Bloomberg County, if you have more than 2 grams of blooming purple moss, you go away for a long time, boy. You in a whole mess of trouble. Your only hope is that them Duke boys drive by in the General Lee, and then Boss Hogg there has to go chase them. Not because they've broken any laws, but because they have a Confederate flag painting on their car. And he can't allow that, son. Boss Hogg is woke as fuck. Okay. I need to find a way to... Maybe a jump attack will one-shot these. Hell yeah! Call me Jumpin' Jack Flash. Because it's alright now. In fact, it's a gas. Okay. That's a soul item right there. And when you pick it up, these guys all jump out of the ground. But then every time you reset at a bonfire, they're already out of the ground. So, I'm just going to leave it. Ain't got nothing to do with it, baby. The fog walls look very different. Now that I think about it. I might even go so far as to say they look quite different. If I was, you know, to engage in hyperbole. Time to kill some snakes on a tree. I am sick and tired. These motherfucking snakes on my motherfucking tree. You kids like snakes on a plane references, right? That's another old classic Tenfey thing, is I'm always trying to appeal to the kids. Because it's the only way to be successful on YouTube. Is to appeal to like 12-year-olds. Pretty sure the Tenfey channel doesn't do that. I couldn't imagine anyone younger than like maybe 17 like enjoying Tenfey videos. Like, what's here that a child could enjoy? Like, I don't talk about Teen Titans Go or fidget spinners. Isn't that what the kids are into? I've never eaten a tube of Go-Gurt on here, and I know that that's the kid's favorite snack, because you can eat yogurt in a tube, son. How much are you going to eat yogurt on a skateboard? You're not. You're not going to. Minecraft? The kids still play that? No, they play Fortnite. See, I don't know shit about Fortnite, except that it's ugly. No Five Nights at Freddy's. No wonder my channel is such an abject failure. You know what we do have, though, at the Tenfey channel? Integrity, son. And we refuse to sacrifice it. We won't compromise our integrity, son. We took the moral high ground. If someone ever calls you out or you're losing a debate, just point out the fact that you're a Tenfey true believer, son, and you already got the moral high ground. That tree was a living thing. No, it's not. This is the part where you're like, technically all trees are living things. Have you ever heard the term flora? Yeah, indeed. Well, I guess I won't roll past you because a tree was in my way. And it grew in Brooklyn. I'm just murdering these guys for fun. And profit. Alright, here we have to be careful. Because these guys love to get ornery. And a whole fucking mess of them will attack you at once. And then you're ruined. Alright, there's Elite Knight armor there. And I want it. And I have it now. Okay. I was hoping he would start casting Tranquil Walk of Peace. Because that would... Yeah, there we go. So that'll give us enough time to kill him before his boy gets up there. Ray the Stone Guardian. We're getting attacked by a lot of Rays this game. They're very prevalent in Dark Souls 1. Hey. How's it going? I like your moss-covered armor there. Don't you cast Tranquil Walk of Peace while I'm not standing there spamming attacks on you. The problem is I saw the Bushman over there that was going to attack me. And dare I refer to him as Ray the Bushman. Man, I'm just... Do y'all get the joke when I say Ray the blank? What I'm saying is, I'm imagining you're having an altercation on the streets where a lot of shit goes down. And while you're like squaring up against the guy you're arguing with, his friend Ray comes up behind you. Ray just being a generic name I made up. It has no historical or racial, basis. It's just a name. Don't look too deep into it. Some of my best friends are Rays. But anyway, his friend Ray comes up behind you and sucker punches you and knocks you flat on your ass. And then, of course, everybody wants to shit talk you. And somebody was probably filming it on their cell phone. So then Ray goes on Facebook and shows just the section of him knocking you the fuck out. With no mention of the fact that it was a bitch move and that he sucker punched you. So that's him going on Facebook acting like he did something. So see, that's where the nomenclature of Ray comes from. Feel free to update the Tenfey wiki. Now I have to know for a fact that in the theoretical Tenfey drinking game that I can never know about. Wow, one of those guys that fell down here dropped an item. That there has to be a rule about taking a drink whenever Ray comes up. Which means in this particular video, y'all are probably going to get fucking liver damage. These guys are like odd. They're like manta ray frogs. And they only appear down here. Where is Vatty to write me a fanfic about these guys and how their significance to Lord Gwyn and all this shit? How they're the furtive pygmy and all that fun shit. What would Vatty do, I believe, is what we're saying to ourselves. In case you're wondering why I don't just go aboard these guys neckbone style, it's because while they're standing up for a part of that, they're invincible. They're Boris from GoldenEye, son. They're always asking you questions that the answer to are bums or tits. They're right in front of you and can open large doors. Spoilers, the answer is knockers. Ah, Boris. You liquid nitrogen frozen ass motherfucker with your Hawaiian ass shirt. Whenever we used to play GoldenEye back in the day, me and all my friends, back in the 90s, we all had default characters we always played as. And my good friend Tommy, Tenfey fan favorite Tommy, his go-to character was Boris. I always played as Defense Minister Dmitry Mishkin, who has a very short role in the movie. He shows up and like scolds James Bond and waggles his finger at him, and then Ourumov, the like Russian traitor, just shoots him in the head with James Bond's gun. Tragic. In the game, he stands in a room full of exploding boxes, and after talking to you for 20 fucking minutes, he'll open a safe so you can get like a black box out of it, and then jump out of a window with Natalia. GoldenEye was a good game. I mean, never go back and replay it. Just always keep the memory in your hearts of it being a good game. We'll always have GoldenEye. I picked up the Elite Knight armor. You know, I ought to wear it. How much? Tell me, Joe. How much of this can you put on without becoming fat roll? You can wear at least that much. Hell yeah. We upgraded the shit out of them pants, son. We got a battle skirt and everything. He's like, don't call it a battle skirt. I'm like, then what is it? Like, it's a battle kilt. He turned into Droopy. He's like, oh, blue-hoo. Everyone's going to think I'm a lady type now. Get Witch Beatrice in here. Because I got a big old butterfly to kill. Witch Beatrice is like Hattori Hanzo, and I'm like the bride. I'm like, I need a magic. And he's like, oh, well, you need a Witch Beatrice of magic. I'm like, I have vermin to kill. It's a very bad Kill Bill reference I just made. That's a movie I haven't watched in a long time. I actually own both parts of it on DVD. It probably is still good, but over the years I've started disliking, or not liking Quentin Tarantino as much. So I don't know, maybe it'll be alright. I can at least jerk off to Uma Thurman's feet. Although it's hard to jerk off the feet when they're plantigrade. Okay, Witch Beatrice. I like you cracked round shield there, but I'm going to need you to cast 2 or 3 spells. Here's your problem right here. Your Witch Beatrice ain't casting no spells. So, good times. All I can do is stand here like an asshole, and when he lands, go aboard him vis-a-vis neck bones. I could shoot him with this bow and do no damage. I did 14 damage! Good for me! Witch Beatrice, though, is putting the hurt on him. You have to land Sunday, sweet cheeks. Oh, look at that. What a tangled web we weave. I could probably kill him before he blows up, right? Let's see. We're going to deeps race him, son. We did it, Witch Beatrice. We did it. Every time I beat a boss, I'm so saddened by the lack of Final Fantasy III's victory fanfare music. But that's the price we pay for our professional, vanilla, Dark Souls Remastered playthrough, son. Once again, it's the integrity of the Tenfey channel. Okay. Now we can warp back to Andre and give him a stern talking to. I just realized we have enough souls that we could buy the crest of Artorias from him if we really wanted to. We could go out in the woods, farm some souls, share a few laughs. Would it really be an advantage to going out there now, though? I mean, we could go fight Seif, but I don't really have any reason to fight him yet. We could trick the NPCs into falling off a cliff and get more souls, but I don't think y'all want to sit there and watch me farm souls in such a boring manner. We're not going to do it. Because I know y'all. You demand intense running around action. None of this farming souls nonsense. You're like, farming in my Tenfey video? Why, the very thought, the very idea. Heavens and Murgatroyd. We're going to go where everybody knows your moniker. Where everybody knows your online handle. We are going to go upgrade our Estus Flask. And then we'll head down into lower Undeadburg. And just have us a grand old fucking time down there. Like it's the Grand Ole Opry. Should probably change you to this, just in case. Thank God there wasn't an open wall there. Whoop. It's so odd going through the game medium rolling. I'm used to like sacrificing everything so that I can fast roll. But a medium roll ain't bad. It's like when you go to your favorite sushi place and you can't afford the big fancy roll. You're like, you know what, a medium roll would be good. You know, I'll take a shrimp tempura roll. It's no tuna dynamite, but it ain't bad. Oh, for a second I thought the Trigger had already killed her. Where is he? Shouldn't he be sent? I let him out of his damn cell. Could go down in the ghost town and get another soul thing. Firekeeper soul. You know, the soul thing. I could go down there and get another one of those and make my Estus flask a little bit girthier, but I really don't think it's that big a deal. And by that I mean I don't think it ain't no thing. Especially if you ain't got that swing. Do-wop, do-wop, do-wop. We're gonna eat what souls we have. Because this is Depression era. Son, souls are like turnips. You gotta eat what you can. Can't be picky. And we'll eat the Moonlight Butterfly soul because, well, maybe we won't. Maybe I'll make a shitty boss item out of it. For no reason. Alright, I want 1 and 2 minute slot. Just the one. Everybody gets one. And just keep pumping endurance, huh? Tell you what, we've got our endurance up. If we could get our equip load below, what, 33 and a half? No, wait, it's a quarter. So 15. God, I gotta do math. What's 1/4 of 67? 15 is 1/4 of 60. And then you got the 7 there. So if we can get our equip load around like... I mean, we could fast roll in pants. But if we equip this sword, there's no way... Well, we could fast roll with a sword. But all of this shit's way too heavy. Yeah. So unless we want to run around barrel chested, we can't. We're not going to get to that threshold. Once we pick up some more gear, some lighter gear, maybe even gear constructed of metal, then we could probably keep on keeping on. Let's wear the gargoyle helm. Why not? We're classy gentlemen, right? We're classy default gentlemen, are we not? Are you not entertained? Or can I wear... I could wear this and no helmet? Because if I pop this bad boy on... Yeah, that's a sack of taters roll if I've ever seen one, and I have. Oh, we'll go helmetless for a while. Let you all see Joe's sweeping locks. Joe Fault. Oh, God. Is this the worst Tenfey Souls character? I feel chunkier even though I'm at the same speed I was, just because my armor clangs when I roll. What's my poise at, though? I got 78 poise, son! Bring on the honeys. Son, there ain't no amount of fucking fat ass you can throw at my dick that's gonna knock me off my game, son, because I got elite night swagger. I think that's how poise works when you're fucking, right? Like, if you go into the fucking session, as they're called, as the kids on the street call them, without any poise, and, you know, you get some fat tits or fat ass thrown at your dick, son, you're just going to fly off the bed and land in a pile. But if you got poise, son, you just tank that shit. Once again, we're going to kill the Boulder Knights in the hopes that a swag sword drops. Excuse me, sir. I'll have your finest swag sword. Thank you. Yes, I'll have a medium swag sword, please. With a side of rapier. Didn't think I was going to kick you, didn't you? Huh? Didn't thought I was going to fight dirty, son. These street rules. I feel so thick wearing this armor with my head sticking out the top. I never thought of Joe Fault as a thick man, but look at him, son. He's got some meat on his bones. You're like, what's his, you know, body mass index or whatever? I'm like, it's a default amount. Whatever that is. Why am I fighting y'all? To quote Zero from the illustriously well-acted Mega Man X4, what am I fighting for? I believe that's the exact tone and cadence that he said it in, was it not? Alright, if I know fire-spewing Helldrakes, and I do, then when I try to run back across this bridge, one of them, he's going to come back. Stephen King once again trying to warn me of his arrival. But I'm still going to do it. He'll burn up all my foes, but I probably won't get past his burn point. Nope. Nope, not quite. Alright, stand up, sip for what you believe in, which is having HP, and keep running. We have the means to kill Havel. I completely forgot. Tell you what, we'll open some more shortcuts, and then we'll go backstab him to death. Son, if we get that Havel's ring, then fast rolling, it's a possibility I never anticipated. See, if we were playing 60 FPS modded DSi fix PC Dark Souls 1, we'd have probably gone through the floor right there. Because 60 frames per second breaks the shit out of this world. Miyazaki never envisioned a world where there could be so many frames packed into 1 second. The whole integrity of Lordran just collapses under the weight of all them frames. I'm just going to walk forward and swing my sword at things that I want dead. That's how I've chosen to live my life. I'm a thick, knightly man, son. I don't give a shit about you and your swords and shields and such. Maybe a spear will pique my interests every now and then. I've always heard spears are like the best. Oh wow, the Hollow Soldier waistcloth. We could min-max the shit out of ourselves with it. Spears are like technically the best ye old medieval type weapon. Like in real life, because I mean it's a long ass thing with a pointy bit on the end, so you could just stand far away and use them. That's probably why Dragoons use them, because they're the coolest Final Fantasy class. So why wouldn't they have the coolest weapon? Not that I'm biased or anything, heaven forbid. Never would imagine such a thing. Alright, Havel, the Rock, Johnson. Get down here and get backstab spammed to death. Your Honor, I believe I was behind. I might just be a simple southern lawyer, but I do believe I was standing behind Mr. Havel the Rock when I engaged my R1 button press. And I believe this it grants me with certain inalienable rights as to which I would lock him into a backstab animation. And the judge is like, does the defense have anything to say? And it's Miyazaki, and he's like, this is a bullshit. Get the good. Apparently he's Italian now. I'm a Miyazaki. It's me, Miyazaki. I'm making the souls. Oh, when I was a little boy, I saw the cars pushing each other up a hill. I'm making the souls now. Oh, I read in the Western of fantasy. I can't understand the words. Mamma mia. Okay, we have Havel's ring. That changes everything, because now we can equip up to 25 pounds of gear and still fast roll for Jesus. 26! So close. We could make a lesser shield, but I don't want to. What if we were to... Damn. We might have to take these pants. I don't want to take my pants off. I don't want... We need lighter pants. Well, we could unequip this bow and then put these on. It's still just under the threshold. Damn. Alright, tell you what we're going to do. Don't tell nobody I did this. We're going to temporarily put this heater shield on, but when we get something else, we're going to balance this shit. Do we fight the Hydra? No. We were going to the damn lower berg, and we got sidetracked. Did all these shenanigans. We've officially entered Fashion Souls territory, because now that I've gotten a taste of fast rolling, I'm addicted. I can't go back to medium rolling, son. It's like I was in medium roll. No, I was in fast rolling prison. Now that you put me back out on the streets, you can't reincorporate me into medium rolling society, son. I don't know how that world works anymore. That left me behind. I never had a chance. I've been spending most of my life living in a fast roll paradise. You know, life and paradise don't actually technically rhyme. I think that's a little poetic license being taken there. Okay, y'all. Here I am in my shiny pants. I want to sing and dance. I want to sing and dance. I want to be a pirate in the Pirates of Penzance. With me silver buckle slippers and me tight shiny pants. I want to sing and dance. Let's rescue this dipshit. Hey, you got locked in a room somehow, even though you're magic. He's got this sorcerer set here. Technically, I could put some of that on and you know, still fast roll. But I don't want to. The thief set is down here. That's probably what I'll go with. Because it's a good set. It's a classy, distinguished set. I mean, you couldn't go to like a fancy set down, serves you, you know, water in a champagne glass restaurant wearing it. But, you know, you can go to a Fuddruckers wearing the thief set, son, and you blend right in. I've never eaten the Fuddruckers. They have a very humorous name. Apparently, you get a big old burger there, and then you go to like the Fixins bar and customize that shit. I don't know. When I eat a burger, I just like cheese and ketchup and mayo on it. Maybe some bacon. If I'm feeling rowdy. Just saying. I'm sorry if you have strong feelings on burger construction theorem. I know some restaurants won't let you put ketchup on a burger. Because they're like, no, you can't. No, you get out of my fucking house. You walk into one of them places with a bottle of Heinz tucked in your back pocket, son. They're going to pat you down. They have a dog sniffing for that shit. And you might say, well, I mean, you got it in your back pocket. The dog's just going to sniff your ass anyway. It's like, yeah, but, I mean, if you could utilize a dog's natural inclination to sniff an ass, you know, for the greater good, then you might as well, son. If we could weaponize dog ass sniffing, son, we could change the course of the human warfare. Why do these analogies have to become so odd? Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to put this on, and we're going to put this on. And we are well below some shit. We're going to slap these motherfuckers on. We're going to put our good shield on, our Sunday shield, and then we're going to equip a bow. And we're still going to be below the threshold. Fucking Havel's ring is so fucking good. And look, we look kind of fantasy. We're like a fighter that multi-classed into rogue. A roger. A fogue? I don't know what the hell you were doing, but you died. Okay, if I was confident, I would go directly into the Capra Demon's boss room and just fight it. But if I wasn't confident, I would run all the way up there and open that shortcut door, so that if I died during the Capra Demon boss fight, I'd have an easier time getting back to it. You know what? I think we should go in here and do it. Not to jinx me anything, knock on brick wall, but we haven't died in this playthrough yet. Oh, Lord help me. Am I going to die? Do you think we can do it? Do you kids at home clap if you believe in your Uncle Tenfey that he can go in here? Maybe in the remaster of the Capra Demon, like, something secret happened and it's not as bullshit. I just realized I have no shadow. Of course, I am in a shady lower part of the town, but still. Okay, let's think. What are we going to do when we go in there? We're not just going to walk in there and fight the fucking Capra Demon. You'd have to be some kind of nut to do that. We're going to walk in there. He's going to come running at us. If we try to just block him, he's going to hit us, or his fucking dogs are going to hit us, and it's going to be a load of horse shit. We could, like, feign left and then roll to the right to dodge him. And then maybe, if we have enough time, R1 spam at least one of the dogs. Then we just got to get to the top of the fucking stairs And then from that point, we can just cheese the shit out of him. It's a good plan, son. You need to get pumped, son. We can do this. Alright, here we go. This is a clean regulation Capra Demon fight, so I don't want any of your loose cannon antics. You hear me? Joe Fault. This is a default Capra Demon fight. Alright, we're going to do this. It's going to be so fucking easy. Even the kids can do these fucking balls. There he is. A dog hit me, which made me angry, and another dog hit me, but my poise for days, son, got me up here. Alright. I can't hit the dogs because fucking wall. Okay, you're up here now. You're going to fall off. That's fine. This fucking literal son of a bitch is going to come up here, and I'm going to try to hit him with the fucking shitty-ass clip. Okay, there we go. Full health. Now all we got to do is kill this fucking goat-headed motherfucker. Plunge and attack. That's a fourth of his fucking HP right there. Listen to that fucking terrible non-dancing with Dom's ass boss music. Plunge and attack. There's another chunk of HP going. I like it. Now we'll just finish him off with a good old-fashioned circle around him and hit him. We got poise for days, baby. Poise for days, son. Look at that. Was so fucking easy. And you all thought I couldn't do it. Okay. Good time. I don't know what to say. I was fully expecting to die and throw a big fucking tantrum. I gotta somehow expel the fucking tantrum energy out of my body in a constructive manner. I'll go on an angry tantrum about something I love. Bojangles. I goddamn love that place. Although, see, the negative energy, the Satsue no Jangles is creeping up in me. Because I love Bojangles, but you don't always get the best experience there. Sometimes you get old food. Oh, I made myself sad. Soggy French fries or overcooked cheddar bows. These are the true tragedies of the modern world. Hey, Hag Lady, how you doing? We're going to buy some things for our trip into the sewers. We want at least 5 of these total, and we probably want like 10 of these. That ought to be enough to get us going. Don't need any pine resin because I'm using this Drake sword, so still got plenty of wooden arrows. Is there any reason to buy the good arrows? No, there's not. Alright, now we'll activate this shortcut. Now that we've proven that we're good. Now that we've passed the secret test. Ta-da. Alright, here's what we're going to do. I got a plan. Just like old Roosevelt and his a ban, a plan, a canal, Panama. I've got a plan. Don't fall off a cliff because of the fucking lock on. That's the first phase of my plan. He threw that firebomb straight up. I just realized. No, come back. Your loot. He took it with him. I'm pretty sure it was a firebomb, but we'll never know. We'll never know the truth. Very satisfying plunge attack. Hey, how you doing? Probably not as good now that I've cleaved you in twain there. Alright. Is Lautrec over there yet? We let him out of his prison cell and we talked to him. So why isn't he over there? What's he know that I don't? There you are. You motherfucker. I see you eyeballing that fucking tongueless maiden. Is that your kink? Huh? You can't get with a girl unless she ain't got no tongue? I don't even want to know the fucking sexual connotations of that. Keep that endurance. Keep on enduring. Leveling our endurance. Which means... time for some more fashion souls. We could probably add a little bit more weight onto our shit. Could we upgrade to some sort of helmet? Nope. And our armor is going to have to stay in this range. And we've got the best pants and gloves we could ever want. So, We're still doing all right. We're all right. Don't nobody worry about us. What was I going on about? Oh, I'm not gonna. I could kill Lautrec right now, but I'll let him kill the bonfire keeper. I gotta say this so casually. I'm like, yeah, I'll let him murder that innocent girl. That way we can bring her back later with her tongue. And I know, you know, it ruins Lautrec's fucking fantasies, but what can you say? We'll get her dingy set. Got some good curse resistance on it. There's so many advantages to letting that woman get murdered. I can't not let her get killed. Alright, time to go into the depths of the depths. Or the double depths. Hosted by Mark Summers. What does he do nowadays? I know he was the host of Unwrapped, but I don't know if they still make that show anymore. I told him. I put him in his fucking place. I don't know, do we want to do the depths right now? You know, I've been sitting here for over 2 hours and my ass hurts. So, I might actually stop the episode here. You're like, oh, gee whiz, only a 2-hour Tenfey video? Shucks. Why did I even get up today? I was going to see Siegfried and Roy tonight. Feel free to add that to your list of shit I say you don't understand, because it is a reference to something. And if you do understand it, then congratulations, because you're deep. You're deep in the Tenfey psyche, son. You can't escape. It's like that movie The Cell, except you're inside my head. And it's even more fucked up.